And guess what? In this moment, you are resurrected from the concept of the past. Every moment, if we are in the moment, is an opportunity to expand or contract our experience of reality. But how much old baggage and shit are you bringing with you into now? Sometimes you feel good and sometimes you feel like absolute shit. It's no different than sometimes it's day and sometimes it's night. Sometimes it's winter and sometimes it's fucking summer. You are subject to the ever-changing nature of the universe, including both your good and your shitty moods. And while there are mitigations to the shitty ones, like, eat healthy shit, get more sleep, develop positive self-talk, don't do dumb shit, et fucking cetera, you still gotta go through it. There is something you can do, but it's more like a not doing. You can just let it be whatever the fuck it is. Shed the old you and resurrect into now. At the very least, you can forgive yourself for being a fucking normal human, and letting it be whatever the fuck it is will eliminate all the torturous self-talk about how you wish it wasn't. And if you can minimize feeling bad about feeling bad, then you'll have space to deploy your mitigations, like, drink more water, get some exercise, go the fuck outside and leave your phone inside for fuck's sake. In the big picture though, if you can let your ever-changing moods be whatever the fuck they are, that requires observation of your moods or states. And observation requires an observer and that which is observed. Do you see what we're doing? We're nailing up the observed and observing it as the observer. In order to observe your state, you have to slightly transcend it, to make it the observed by stepping back into the observer. Because if you're not observing your state and your thoughts, then you are your fucking state and your thoughts. And then you're a fucked up zombie. And then you're not. And then you are again. Ad nauseum, over and over again, until you die. The past is dead, and every moment is a resurrection into your life, and you don't need to be a martyr or be bit by a fucking zombie to resurrect your experience of now and your relationship to reality. If you want to nail something up on a cross, nail your thoughts, beliefs, paradigms, opinions, so you can see them clearly and let them bleed out. Awareness purifies, and from the corpse of ego, you find that you've always been awake, and you can cast off or wear the shroud of thought without losing yourself. Allowing what is applies to good moods too, because this is about becoming self-aware, not about chasing something you've defined as good or running from something you consider bad, or doing the zombie shuffle and never fully embracing your own fucking existence. And by self-aware, I mean your actual self, the lucid substratum of reality itself, not your layers of self-defined characteristics. Inextricably bound to positive states is a clinging or a background worry. It will be lost. Well, guess what? It fucking will. If you allow a good mood to be just what it fucking is, a temporary state, then you won't worry about losing it. And you won't compare it to memories of allegedly better moods or the apparently better moods that zombies pretend to be in on social media and shit. And you'll actually be able to enjoy it and won't lament its inevitable change. And if you allow a shit mood to be what it fucking is, a temporary state, then you'll have the ability to mitigate or dissect it to better know your thought plane, or better yet, use it to practice. Allowing shit to be what it is, to understand cycles and transcend your own labels and definitions, and the push and pull of attraction and aversion. If you allow all things to be what they fucking are, you will resurrect into what you've always been. The allower allowing. Awareness aware of itself. The experiencer experiencing itself. Ultimately, from that empty wakefulness behind thought, it is possible to enjoy shit moods and even suffering itself. Seriously, it's a thing. But if you can't, then fucking let that be too. Are you resurrecting old opinions and paradigms, thus trapping you in the dead past? If so, maybe you are a zombie. Reality is awake for fuck's sake, and your pristine awareness is the only thing that's actually a thing. If you allow the ever-changing nature of your experience to be whatever the fuck it is, then that will allow you to let this persistent illusion called reality to be what it is. And by observing and allowing all things as they are, you end up actually knowing yourself. The known simply becomes the knower knowing itself, and the dream of life is allowed to unfold and blossom. And you realize you are that knower knowing you know by knowing that you don't know. If that's confusing, then how about lighten the fuck up? Don't take this shit so seriously and give less fucks about bullshit, and enjoy the fact that you get to exist as a conscious iteration of emptiness, experiencing what being form is like for a minute. You are a reference point for the entire cosmos, and your wrinkly pink meat computer is an aperture for awareness. We are constantly receiving signals as to the current nature of our state, but we hinder the appropriate response by fighting, denying, judging, or lamenting it. And we sleep through life zombie-like, trapped by past regrets or fear of the future. When you're tired, rest. When you're energetic, do shit. When you're curious, explore. When you feel like shit, do self-care shit. We overcomplicate everything. Maybe knock it the fuck off. Every night we die the little death and are resurrected upon awakening, and then fall back into the zombie state when all of our judgments and categorizing rise to the surface and traps our original mind with identifications. So whether you drive yourself crazy, pushing or pulling, or you learn to let what's actually going on be what it is, you can't really do it wrong. So let that concern go, and let that be whatever the fuck it is too. Toodaloo.
Set the world on fire.
What? Oh yeah. Wake the fuck up.